Let's do the blessings before the Torah. Baruch Adonai Amvarak, Baruch Adonai Amavarak Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Melech Haolam Asher Bakar Banu Mikol, Amin Vinatan Lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. Blessings before the Torah. Bless Adonai, who is to be blessed. Blessed is Adonai, who is to be blessed forever and ever. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who chose us from all the peoples and gave to us his Torah. Blessed are you, Lord, giver of Torah. Adonai spoke to Moses, "Take a census of the Gershonites also, by their ancestral house and by their clans. Record them from the age of 30 years up to the age of 50, all who are subject to service in the performance of tasks for the tent of meeting. These are the duties of the Gershonite clans as to labor and porterage. They shall carry the cloths of the tabernacle, the tent of meeting with its covering, the covering of dolphin skins that is on top of it, and the screen for the entrance of the tent of meeting, the hangings of the enclosure, the screen at the entrance of the gate of the enclosure that surrounds the tabernacle, the cords thereof, and the altar, and all their service equipment, and all their accessories, and they shall perform the service. All the duties of the Gershonites, all their pottage, and all their service shall be performed on orders from Aaron and his sons. You shall make them responsible for attending to all their pottage. Those are the duties of the Gershonite clans for the tent of meeting. They shall attend to them under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest. As for the Merarites, you shall record them by the clans of their ancestral house. You shall record them from the age of 30 years up to the age of 50. All who are subject to service in the performance of the duties for the tent of meeting. These are their pottage tasks in connection with their various duties for the tent of meeting, the planks, the bars, the posts, and the sockets of the tabernacle. The posts around the enclosure and their sockets, pegs and cords, all these furnishings and their service. You shall list by name the objects that are their pottage tasks. Those are the duties of the Merarite clans pertaining to their various duties in the tent of meeting under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest. So Moses, Aaron, and the chieftains of the community recorded the Kohathites by the clans of their ancestral house. From the age of 30 years up to the age of 50, all who were subject to service for work relating to the tent of meeting. Those recorded by their clans came to 2,750. That was the enrollment of the Kohathite clans, all those who performed duties relating to the tent of meeting, whom Moses and Aaron recorded at the command of Adonai through Moses. The Gershonites, who were recorded by the clans of their ancestral house from the age of 30 years up to the age of 50, all who were subject to service for work relating to the tent of meeting, those recorded by the clans of their ancestral house, came to 2,630. That was the enrollment of the Gershonite clans, all those performing duties relating to the tent of meeting, whom Moses and Aaron recorded at the command of Adonai. The enrollment of the Merarite clans by the clans of their ancestral house, from the age of 30 years up to the age of 50, all who were subject to service for work relating to the tent of meeting, those recorded by their clans came to 3,200. That was the enrollment of the Merarite clans, which Moses and Aaron recorded at the command of Adonai through Moses. All the Levites whom Moses, Aaron, and the chieftains of Israel recorded by the clans of their ancestral houses,
From the age of 30 years up to the age of 50, all who were subject to duties of service and potterage relating to the tent of meeting. Those recorded came to 8,580. Each one was given responsibility for his service and potterage at the command of Adonai through Moses, and each was recorded as Adonai had commanded Moses. Adonai spoke to Moses, saying, Instruct the Israelites to remove from camp anyone with an eruption or a discharge, and anyone defiled by a corpse. Remove male and female alike, put them outside the camp, so that they do not defile the camp of those in whose midst I dwell. The Israelites did so, putting them outside the camp. As Adonai had spoken to Moses, so the Israelites did. Adonai spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the Israelites when men or women individually commit any wrong toward a fellow human being, thus breaking faith with Adonai, and they realize their guilt. They shall confess the wrong that they have done. They shall make restitution in the principal amount and add 1/5 to it, giving it to the one who was wronged. If that party is deceased and has no kin to whom restitution can be made, the amount repaid shall go to Adonai for the priest, in addition to the ram of expiation with which expiation is made on their behalf. So too, any gift among the sacred donations that the Israelites offer shall be the priest's, and each shall retain his sacred donations. Each priest shall keep what is given to him. Adonai spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the Israelite people and say to them, Any party whose wife has gone astray and broken faith with him, in that another man has had carnal relations with her unbeknown to her husband, and she keeps secret the fact that she has defiled herself without being forced, and there is no witness against her, but a fit of jealousy comes over him, and he's wrought up about the wife who has defiled her. Or if a fit of jealousy comes over him, and he's wrought up about his wife, although she has not defiled herself, that party shall bring his wife to the priest, and he shall bring as an offering for her 1/10 of an ephah of barley flour. No oil shall be poured upon it, and no frankincense shall be laid on it, for it is a meal offering of jealousy, a meal offering of remembrance which recalls wrongdoing. The priest shall bring her forward and have her stand before Adonai. The priest shall take sacred water in an earthen vessel, and, taking some of the earth that is on the floor of the tabernacle, the priest shall put it into the water. After he has made the woman stand before Adonai, the priest shall bear the woman's head, and place upon her hands the meal offering of remembrance, which is a meal offering of jealousy. And in the priest's hands shall be the water of bitterness that induces the spell. The priest shall adjure the woman, saying to her, If no other party has lain with you, if you have not gone astray in defilement while living in your husband's household, be immune to harm from this water of bitterness that induces a spell. But if you have gone astray while living in your husband's household and have defiled yourself, if any party other than your husband has had carnal relations with you, here the priest shall administer the curse of adjuration to the woman. The priest goes on to say to the woman, May Adonai make you a curse and an imprecation among your people, as Adonai cause your thigh to sag and your belly to distend. May this water that induces a spell enter your body, causing the belly to distend and the thigh to sag. And the woman shall say, Amen, Amen. The priest shall put these curses down in writing and rub it off into the water of bitterness. He is to make the woman drink the water of bitterness that induces a spell, so that the spell-inducing water may enter into her to bring on bitterness. Then the priest shall take from the woman's hand the meal offering of jealousy, elevate the meal offering before Adonai, and present it on the altar. The priest shall scoop out of the meal offering a token part of it, and turn it into smoke on the altar. Last, he shall make the woman drink the water. Once he has made her drink the water, if she has defiled herself by breaking faith with her husband, the spell-inducing water shall enter into her to bring on bitterness, so that her belly shall distend, and her thigh shall sag, and the wife shall become cursed among her people. But if the woman has not defiled herself and is pure, she shall be unharmed and able to retain seed. This is a ritual in cases of jealousy, when a woman goes astray while living in her husband's household and defiles herself, or when a fit of jealousy comes over a husband and he is wrought up over his wife. The woman shall be made to stand before Adonai, and the priest shall carry out all this ritual with her. The man shall be clear of guilt, but the woman shall suffer for her guilt. Adonai spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the Israelites and say to them, if any man or woman explicitly utter a Nazarite's vow to set themselves apart for Adonai, they shall abstain from wine and any other intoxicant. They shall not drink vinegar of wine or of any other intoxicant. Neither shall they drink anything in which the grapes have been steeped, nor eat grapes fresh or dried. Throughout their term as Nazarite, they may not eat anything that is obtained from the grapevine, even seeds or skin. Throughout the term of their vow as a Nazarite, no razor shall touch their head. It shall remain consecrated until the completion of their term as Nazarite of Adonai, the hair of their head being left to grow untrimmed. Throughout the term that they have set apart for Adonai, they shall not go in where there is a dead person. Even if their father or mother or their brother or sister should die, they must not become defiled for any of them, since hair set apart for their God is upon their head. Throughout their term as a Nazarite, they are consecrated to Adonai. If someone dies suddenly nearby, defiling the consecrated hair, the Nazarite shall shave the head at the time of becoming pure, shaving it on the 7th day. On the 8th day, that person shall bring 2 turtle doves or 2 pigeons to the priest at the entrance of the tent of meeting. The priest shall offer one as sin offering and the other as a burnt offering, and to make expiation on the person's behalf for the guilt incurred through the corpse. That same day, the head shall be reconsecrated. And that person shall rededicate to Adonai the term as Nazarite, bringing a lamb in its first year as a penalty offering. The previous period shall be void, since the consecrated hair was defiled. This is a ritual for the Nazarite. On the day that the term as Nazarite is completed, the person shall be brought to the entrance of the tent of meeting. As an offering to Adonai, that person shall present 1 male lamb in its first year without blemish for a burnt offering, 1 ewe lamb in its first year without blemish for a sin offering, 1 ram without blemish for an offering of well-being, a basket of unleavened cakes of choice flour with oil mixed in, and unleavened wafers spread with oil, and the proper meal offerings and libations. The priest shall present them before Adonai, and offer the sin offering and the burnt offering. He shall offer the ram as a sacrifice of well-being to Adonai, together with the basket of unleavened cakes. The priest shall also offer the meal offerings and the libations. The Nazarite shall then shave the consecrated hair at the entrance of the tent of meeting, and take those locks of consecrated hair and put them on the fire that is under the sacrifice of well-being. The priest shall take the shoulder of the ram when it has been boiled, 1 unleavened cake from the basket on 1 unleavened wafer, and place them on the hands of the Nazarite after the consecrated hair has been shaved. The priest shall elevate them as an elevation offering before Adonai, and this shall be a sacred donation for the priest, in addition to the breast of the elevation offering and the thigh of gift offering. After that, the Nazarite may drink wine. Such is the obligation of the Nazarite, except that those who vow an offering to Adonai of what they can afford beyond their Nazirite requirements must do exactly according to the vow that they have made beyond their obligation as Nazirites. Adonai spoke to Moses, "Speak to Aaron and his sons. Thus shall you bless the people of Israel. Say to them, Adonai bless you and protect you. Adonai deal kindly and graciously with you. Adonai bestow divine favor upon you and grant you peace. Thus they shall link my name with the people of Israel, and I will bless them."
On the day that Moses finished setting up the tabernacle, he anointed and consecrated it and all its furnishings, as well as the altar and its utensils. When he had anointed and consecrated them, the chieftains of Israel, the heads of ancestral houses, namely the chieftains of the tribes, those who were in charge of enrollment, drew near and brought their offering before Adonai, 6 draught carts and 12 oxen, a cart for every 2 chieftains and an ox for each one. When they had brought them before the tabernacle, Adonai said to Moses, "Accept these from them for use in the service of the tent of meeting, and give them to the Levites according to their respective services." Moses took the carts and the oxen and gave them to the Levites. 2 carts and 4 oxen he gave to the Gershonites as required for their service, and 4 carts and 8 oxen he gave to the Merarites as required for their service, under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest. But to the Kohathites he did not give any. Since theirs was the service of the most sacred objects, their pottage was by shoulder. The chieftains also brought the dedication offering for the altar upon its being anointed. As the chieftains were presenting their offerings before the altar, Adonai said to Moses, "Let them present their offerings for the dedication of the altar, 1 chieftain each day." The one who presented his offering on the first day was Nasso, son of Aminadab of the tribe of Judah. His offering, 1 silver bowl weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver basin of 70 shekels by the sanctuary weight, both filled with choice flour with oil mixed in for a meal offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense. 1 bull of the herd, 1 ram, and 1 lamb in its first year for a burnt offering. 1 goat for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of well-being, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, and 5 yearling lambs. That was the offering of Naxon, son of Aminadab. On the second day, Nethanel, son of Zoar, chieftain of Issachar, made his offering. He presented as his offering 1 silver bowl weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver basin of 70 shekels by the sanctuary weight, both filled with choice flour with oil mixed in for a meal offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense. 1 bull of the herd, 1 ram, and 1 lamb in its first year for a burnt offering. 1 goat for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of well-being, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, and 5 yearling lambs. That was the offering of Nethanel, son of Zoar. On the third day, it was a chieftain of the Zebulunites, Eliab, son of Elen. His offering, 1 silver bowl weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver basin of 70 shekels by the sanctuary weight, both filled with choice flour with oil mixed in for a meal offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense. 1 bull of the herd, 1 ram, and 1 lamb in its first year for a burnt offering. 1 goat for a sin offering. And for a sacrifice of well-being, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, and 5 yearling lambs. That was the offering of Eliab, son of Elon. On the fourth day, it was the chieftain of the Reubenites, Eleazar, son of Shedeur. His offering, 1 silver bowl weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver basin of 70 shekels by the sanctuary weight, both filled with choice flour with oil mixed in for a meal offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense. 1 bull of the herd, 1 ram, and 1 lamb in its first year for a burnt offering. 1 goat for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of well-being,
2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, and 5 yearling lambs. That was the offering of Eleazar, son of Shadur. On the 5th day, it was the chieftain of the Simeonites, Shelumiel, son of Zurishaddai. His offering, 1 silver bowl weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver basin of 70 shekels by the sanctuary weight, both filled with choice flour with oil mixed in for a meal offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense. 1 bull of the herd, 1 ram, and 1 lamb in its first year for a burnt offering. 1 goat for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of well-being, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, and 5 yearling lambs. That was the offering of Shelumiel, son of Zurishaddai. On the 6th day, it was the chieftain of the Gadites, Eliasaph, son of Duel. His offering, 1 silver bowl weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver basin of 70 shekels by the sanctuary weight, both filled with choice flour with oil mixed in for a meal offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense, or 1 bull of the herd, 1 ram, and 1 lamb in its first year for a burnt offering. 1 goat for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of well-being, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, and 5 yearling lambs. That was the offering of Eliasaph, son of Duel. On the 7th day, it was the chieftain of the Ephraimites, Elishama, son of Ammihud. His offering, 1 silver bowl weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver basin of 70 shekels by the sanctuary weight, both filled with choice flour with oil mixed in for a meal offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense. 1 bull of the herd, 1 ram, and 1 lamb in its first year for a burnt offering. 1 goat for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of well-being, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, and 5 yearling lambs. That was the offering of Elishama, son of Ammihud. On the 8th day, it was the chieftain of the Manassites, Gamaliel, son of Pedahzur. His offering, 1 silver bowl weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver basin of 70 shekels by the sanctuary weight, both filled with choice flour with oil mixed in for a meal offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense. 1 bull of the herd, 1 ram, and 1 lamb in its first year for a burnt offering. 1 goat for a sin offering. And for a sacrifice of well-being, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, and 5 yearling lambs. That was the offering of Gamaliel, son of Pedahzur. On the 9th day, it was a chieftain of the Benjamites, Abidan, son of Gideoni. His offering, 1 silver bowl weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver basin of 70 shekels by the sanctuary weight, both filled with choice flour with oil mixed in for a meal offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense. 1 bull of the herd, 1 ram, and 1 lamb in its first year for a burnt offering. 1 goat for a sin offering. And for a sacrifice of well-being, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, and 5 yearling lambs. That was the offering of Abidan, son of Gideoni. On the 10th day, it was the chieftain of the Danites, Azer, son of Ammishaddai. His offering, 1 silver bowl weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver basin of 70 shekels by the sanctuary weight, both filled with choice flour with oil mixed in for a meal offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense. 1 bull of the herd, 1 ram, and 1 lamb in its first year for a burnt offering. 1 goat for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of well-being, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, and 5 yearling lambs. That was the offering of Azer, son of Ammishaddai. On the 11th day, it was the chieftain of the Asherites, Pagel, son of Akran. His offering, 1 silver bowl weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver basin of 70 shekels by the sanctuary weight, both filled with choice flour with oil mixed in for a meal offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense. 1 bull of the herd, 1 ram, and 1 lamb in its first year for a burnt offering. 1 goat for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of well-being, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, and 5 yearling lambs. That was the offering of Pagel, son of Okran. On the 12th day, it was a chieftain of Naphtalites, Ahira, son of Enan. His offering, 1 silver bowl weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver basin of 70 shekels by the sanctuary weight, both filled with choice flour with oil mixed in for a meal offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense, 1 bull of the herd, 1 ram, and 1 lamb in its first year for a burnt offering, 1 goat for a sin offering, and for his sacrifice of well-being, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, and 5 yearling lambs. That was the offering of Ahira, son of Enan. This was a dedication offering for the altar from the chieftains of Israel upon its being anointed. Silver bowls, 12, silver basins, 12, gold ladles, 12. Silver per bowl, 130, per basin, 70. Total silver of vessels, 2,400 sanctuary shekels. The 12 gold ladles filled with incense, 10 sanctuary shekels per ladle. Total gold of the ladders, 120. Total of the herd animals for burnt offerings, 12 bulls, of rams, 12, of yearling lambs, 12, with their proper meal offerings, of goats for sin offerings, 12. Total of herd animals for sacrifices of well-being, 24 bulls, of ram, 60 of he-goats, 60 of yearling lambs, 60. That was a dedication offering for the altar after its anointing. When Moses went into the tent of meeting to speak with God, he would hear the voice addressing him from above the cover that was on the top of the ark of the pact between the 2 cherubims. Thus God spoke to him.
Blessings after the Torah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu et Torato, Torat emet, v'chayai olam nata bitochenu, Baruch atah Adonai noten ha-Torah. Blessings after the Torah. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who gave us the Torah of truth and set everlasting life in our midst. Blessed are you, Lord, giver of the Torah. Blessings before the Haftorah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bakar binviim tovim v'ratza v'devarim aneemarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai aboker batorah uv'Moshe avdo uv'Israel amo uninvei haemet va'zedek. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who has chosen good prophets and was pleased with their words that were uttered with truth. Blessed are you, Adonai, who chooses the Torah and Moses, God's servant, and Israel, God's people, and the prophets of truth and righteousness. There was a certain man from Zorah of the stock of Dan, whose name was Manoah. His wife was infertile and had borne no children. An angel of God appeared to the woman and said to her, "You are infertile and have borne no children, but you shall conceive and bear a son. Now be careful not to drink wine or other intoxicant, or to eat anything impure. For you are going to conceive and bear a son. Let no razor touch his head, for the boy is to be a Nazarite to God from the womb on. He shall be the first to deliver Israel from the Philistines." The woman went and told her husband. An agent of God came to me. He looked like an angel of God, very frightening. I did not ask him where he was from, nor did he tell me his name. He said to me, "You are going to conceive and bear a son. Drink no wine or other intoxicant, and eat nothing impure, for the boy is to be a Nazarite to God from the womb on the day of his death." Manoah pleaded with God. "O my sovereign," he said, "please let the agent of God that you sent come to us again, and let him instruct us how to act with the child that is to be born." God heeded Manoah's plea, and the angel of God came to the woman again. She was sitting in the field, and her husband Manoah was not with her. The woman ran in haste to tell her husband. She said to him, "The man who came to me before has just appeared to me." Manoah promptly followed his wife. He came to that figure and asked him, "Are you the one who spoke to my wife?" "Yes," he answered. Then Manoah said, "May your word soon come true. What rules shall be observed for the boy? The angel of God said to Manoah, the woman must abstain from all the things against which I warned her. She must not eat anything that comes from the grapevine, or drink wine or other intoxicant, or eat anything impure. She must observe all that I commanded her. Manoah said to the angel of God, let us detain you and prepare a kid for you. But the angel of God said to Manoah, if you detain me, I shall not eat your food. And if you present a burnt offering, offer it to God. For Manoah did not know that he was an angel of God. So Manoah said to the angel of God, what is your name? We should like to honor you when your words come true. The angel said to him, you must not ask for my name. It is unknowable. Manoah took the kid and the grain offering and offered them up on the rock to God, and a marvelous thing happened, while Manoah and his wife looked on. As the flames leaped up from the altar toward the sky, the angel of God ascended in the flames of the altar, while Manoah and his wife looked on, and they flung themselves on their faces to the ground. The angel of God never appeared again to Manoah and his wife. Manoah then realized that it had been an angel of God. And Manoah said to his wife, we will surely die, for we have seen a divine being. But his wife said to him, had God meant to take our lives? Our burnt offering and grain offering would not have been accepted, nor would we have been shown all these things. And God would not have made such an announcement to us. The woman bore a son, and she named him Samson. The boy grew up, and God blessed him. The Spirit of God first moved him in the encampment of Dan between Zorah and Eshtal. Blessings after the Haftorah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zer kol haolamim zadik, vekol adoret ahel הנאמן, האומר ועושה, עם דבר חיים, שכל דבריו אמת וצדק. נאמן אתה אדוני אלוהינו, ונאמנים דבריך, ודבר אחד מדבריך אחור לא ישב, רחם כי אל מלך נאמן, ורחמם אתה, ברוך אתה אדוני האל הנאמן בכל דבריו. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, rock of all eternities, righteous in all generations, the faithful God who says and does, who speaks and fulfills, all of whose words are true. Faithful are you, Lord our God, and faithful are your words. Not one of your words turns back unfulfilled, for you, O God, are a faithful and compassionate King. Blessed are you, Lord, the God who is faithful in all his words.